This module focuses on the creation of a welcoming and inclusive learning environment, which may include emphasizing the importance of setting high expectations, creating flexible learning spaces, and fostering a collaborative learning culture. Academic research consistently shows that setting high expectations is a reliable lever for increasing student achievement.
So what I have modeled here is high expectations for myself, for my admin team, for teachers, as well as for students. The announcements go on every morning and we talk to them about those high expectations. What do they sound like? What do they look like? So high expectations for everyone are evident here at Great Lakes.
There are only high expectations, there's nothing else. The students in this building, they're our future. And every staff member in the building, they want to do their best every day for kids. So what it looks like is that we come in every day and we do our best. We pick each other up if someone is perhaps not working to their potential that day, whether it's a staff member or a student. And we have that Wolverine spirit. We're united and we're together and we're moving forward towards our goal.
We just have such high hopes for them at the end of their grade 6 year.
Amanda Mundy and Sandra Dieters co-teach a grade 5-6 class at Eastwood Public School.
We really talk about how at the end of grade 6, that assessment that comes, that big EQAO assessment, it is just a chance for them to show their great junior learning and just a chance for them to shine.
They explain that each year the staff have high hopes for students regarding EQAO, but they always take time to remember what it's all about.
When we took those numbers off and we put a face to those numbers, that it was an overwhelming moment at that time where we, as a staff, we sat with our whole staff and the kids' faces came up with their levels underneath their face, and Sandra and I were taken by that because it's not about the number on the assessment. It's about the work that kid did with you every day in that moment. The care that they take, the ownership that they have, the high fives after high five, the encouragement, the praise. Go get them, you can do it. It's not about the assessment. It's not about the numbers.
In order for students to learn effectively in today's education system, educators must consider both the physical environment and the social spaces in which students interact with staff and their peers. At Eastwood, educators use the environment as a third teacher, providing collaborative and flexible workspaces with active areas for inquiry, investigation, and wonder, as well as quiet areas for thinking and exploring technology.
The kids get to sit where they want. We talked about how when you go home at night, you don't read at the kitchen table usually. You sit and curl up with a book, or you're comfortable doing your math sitting on the couch. And so we wanted to bring some things from home into our classroom because it is our community and we want our kids to be comfortable. And I think we have very happy children.
This whole space is used by 2 educators who co-teach approximately 40 students in grades 2 and 3. It provides areas for whole group and small group discussions, and it provides students an area where they can use manipulatives to solve mathematical problems. They represent their thinking on boards or screens and hear classmates as they share ideas. At first, many parents were unsure of the setup until they were invited into the space.
It was a shock for them. This isn't your traditional classroom. They love coming in now and sitting on the furniture and reading with their kids. So it takes a while to get used to, but they really do see the benefits of it.
So much so that for half an hour twice a week, parents are welcome to come in with their kids and read, or learn about some of the tools the teachers are using. Embracing this openness engages the community and builds trusting relationships with parents, and is evident at other schools as well.
Every teacher that we've had has been very open door policy, Any concern that I had as a parent, I could easily approach the teachers.
This parent has 2 students at the school and says the school's atmosphere promotes passion and a strong desire to learn.
If your kids are excited to come to school, it's good. So, and myself and as parents, we try to encourage that, and the school definitely. There's magic in the school.
One way they foster that magic is by understanding that a parent, as a child's first teacher, wants to be engaged in their children's education to better support that continued learning at home.
We have a lot of communication through the calendars and the newsletters the children bring home with them once a month. Yeah, and in these newsletters, not only does it highlight the events that are taking place at the school and our school spirit, but it also showcases the children's work and their achievements. I like to be involved and to know what my child is learning, how she's learning, the relationship she has with the teachers as well.
When students have a sense of belonging within a community of learners, they are empowered to take risks and explore new ideas. At Westmount Junior School, student voices were empowered through a collaborative project that had students and staff working together to explore and co-create a new identity, one that would establish a sense of belonging within the school. They chose to represent their new identity with a mascot, the Wolverine.
It's not about a mascot. It's about creating that culture of collaboration. If we're all united, so we all have an identity, then it is much easier for us to share our best practices, to collaborate, and to be open to learning best practices.
Clairville Junior School prides itself on having an open-to-learning stance that promotes a professional culture of curiosity and risk-taking.
It looks like being able to go into each other's classrooms and ask questions. It looks like teachers being willing to go to any workshop that's offered. We're there. We're making contacts with all the instructional leaders in the board, so they're always welcome and in our classrooms constantly. And it looks like taking AQs when there's an opportunity.
A former principal arranged to host a subsidized Part 1 Math AQ at the school.
So we had that opportunity to look at each other and say, you know what, if you'll do it, I'll do it. And we took that risk together because I think math, people are afraid of it.
At the time, 12 members signed up to do it together. And now, more than 90% of the staff have taken the course, including the school's special education resource teacher.
That really fired us up. We got excited about math. Everywhere you went, you saw people working in little groups talking about math. And I must say, the school was really buzzing with math.
For many, it encouraged a growth mindset.
Who can tell Ms. Gerard what probability is? Andy? When I started out teaching, I was petrified of math. I hated math. I was a math anxiety person. And so, no, I'm very passionate about math.
And it's reflected in the classroom.
Students are actively engaged in the classrooms when it comes time to do mathematics. And I know it's because our teachers are not afraid of math. They love math now, and they realize that they can make mistakes, but that's how true learning happens, when you make mistakes.
At Holy Redeemer Catholic School, that same comfort level amongst the staff has been established, as they've all embraced an inquiry approach to planning lessons as a team.
There's a lot of anxiety around, is it going to work? Will I get through the curriculum? What are my colleagues going to think? Am I doing it right? Was that question that I put up a good enough question? Was it rich enough? Was it authentic enough? And then, so having that anxiety, but being able to work through it because of our colleagues and feeling enough confidence to say, I don't know.
At Great Lakes Public School, the principal says they've also empowered their students to help when their teachers don't know. For instance, when the school started using e-textbooks.
Teachers who didn't understand that, the students led the PD session during a staff meeting. So it's really seeing students take on these tasks and do a good job not only in the classroom, but also sharing their journey with teachers.
Back at Holy Redeemer, students are empowered by learning it's okay to take risks and that being successful in mathematics requires perseverance.
We talk about embracing challenges, learning that mistakes are normal, and that when you first learn something, it is hard and it's okay to be frustrated. And so one of the things that a strong math student has is the ability to try to solve a problem and then to persevere through the problem.
And it really resonates with her students.
It's important to make mistakes in math because you can learn from them, and it's important to make them so that you can think, what can I do better next time?
This willingness to make mistakes and the persistence to find the answer is part of Holy Redeemer's school-wide focus on the growth mindset, a concept that students are learning about through the power of yet.
We've read a lot of books recently. What does yet mean to you?
Yet means that you don't have it yet, but you will get there. It means if you tried one strategy, you could always try another one to try to figure out if you get the right answer. And then number two, yet also means you never say can't, because if you do that, you're not believing in yourself.